Hi guys, and welcome to my strategy video for Fan Marketer. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, before we move on to anything else, is picking a niche, or rather identifying niches that will get you good results with the software. Now, I'm sure many of you have already got different fan pages already set up that you want to use this on, and that's fine, that'll work. But to get the optimum results with the software, to build fans as quickly as possible, you really want to be choosing a niche that will work well. Now, what do I mean by a niche that will work well? Well, I mean something that's active, something that people care about, something that people want to engage with. Look, Fan Marketer will work with any type of fan page. However, you have to be realistic. If your fan page is very, very specific and it's about something like, I don't know, I'll pick an example at random here. If it's about chronic back pain, now that's a very, very specific thing. It's not something that necessarily people want to read about every day. It's not something that people want to engage with and comment on. When we compare that to something like iPhone 8 rumors, or, how about my other fan page, my UFC fan page? That's something that people are really passionate about and are really interested in and really want to engage with. So something like iPhone 8 rumors, where there's huge passion, there's huge engagement, you're going to be able to build likes a hell of a lot quicker with this kind of niche than you are with something like chronic back pain, which is very specific and doesn't have much passion involved. So yes, or you can build likes for any type of page, you just have to be realistic about your niche and about how quickly you're going to be able to build them. So with that said, how do we identify niches that are going to be really active and that are going to grow your fans quickly? Well, I kind of like to go to Fan Marketer, and then we go to the campaigns here, and then we'll create a new campaign. And what we can do is we can test out some different keywords. And basically we're wanting to identify a set of keywords with lots of pages, lots of active pages. Okay, so let's test this out. I'm going to just call this a test campaign here. So I'm going to use this to test out different keywords. And we're going to choose some keywords at random here. So pick a niche at random, something that I think might have a lot of good active pages. I'm going to pick Trump, Donald Trump. That's something people are definitely passionate about, something people want to engage with. I think it might be a good idea for a fan page. So let's get started. So we'll do Trump, and we'll say Republicans, and we will also say GOP. So let's save this, and we'll go to the pages, and now let's fetch the pages based on our test keywords. So we've got the pages here related to Trump, and immediately we can see if we order the pages table by talking about here, and this is the one I always like to use. I always like to order the table by talking about, because that actually tells you how many people are engaging with the fan page. It is possible to get lots and lots of likes, but not to have much engagement, and we really want engagement here. So I recommend you always order by talking about. And if we just scroll down here, and we can see there's loads and loads and loads and loads of different pages. Open up one of these at random. We can see, if we scroll down here, we can see there's getting loads of comments, loads and loads of different reactions, 314 for this. And there's just page after page like this. If we go down here, see yet again, hundreds of comments, hundreds of shares, hundreds of reactions for all of the posts. And that's what you really want to see. You want to see engagement like this. And this indicates to me that this would be a really, really great niche to build a fan page in. It's got lots and lots and lots of different pages that you can choose to engage with. And it's got lots of engagement on those pages. Now, let's just compare this. So let's go out of this campaign here. We'll just make sure we save the campaign. And we go back to, we'll create another campaign, and we'll call it Test Campaign 2. Incidentally, this is a really good technique you can use to identify niches. Set up a couple of different test campaigns and just play around with the keywords in each one until you find something that's got some great pages. The whole thing with Fan Marketer, the whole way it works is that you're stealing content and you're stealing fans from other pages. So if you haven't got many pages in your niche and you haven't got much engagement with them, it's completely impossible to build fans at a fast rate. You remember what I say. You can still build them in smaller, more specific niches, but you just have to be realistic that it's completely impossible that you'll be able to build them at a really fast rate. Okay, so let's compare the Trump campaign that we just set up before to, let's go with that previous example I was using with chronic pain and back pain. So let's just stick with those. We'll save that, and then we'll grab these pages. Okay, so these are the results we've got back from our chronic pain keywords. So if you look immediately, the first difference is that there's dramatically fewer numbers in the talking about count here. If we just quickly go back to, I'll save this. But if we quickly go back to our Trump campaign and then have a look at the numbers here. You can see we've got big numbers all the way down on the first page. We're still in the tens of thousands, and that's really what you want to see. You want to see the talking about being big numbers on the first page for the first couple of pages. If we go to the second page, you can see we're still in the thousands and talking about 2 pages down. If we go to the chronic pain pages here, to look at the difference. We've got, there's only a couple that are actually even in the tens of thousands, quickly into the thousands, and quickly into the hundreds. And by the time we get down to the bottom of the first page, we've only got 23, 24 people talking about it. Now let's just have a look at one of these pages here at random. And remember, this is just, look at the difference. We've got 12 likes, 1 share, 2 shares, 2 likes, and this is for a page halfway up on the first set of results. So this is the difference. This is the key difference between a page that you're going to get results in and a one that you're going to have to grow much more slowly. There's just, as good as Fan Marketer is, it's completely impossible to grow fans. Can you see what I mean? It's completely, when you're getting so little engagement and there's so little interest, there's so many people posting on this, it's just, there's going to be so much less chance to grow fans on a niche like this. So once you've chosen, I think you've identified a good niche. So if we then go back to our Trump campaign here, and you can then start playing around with this a little bit more before we even start engaging with things. Let's have a look at our results. Now we chose our 3 fan pages there before, and if we have a look in the first page here, you can see that we're getting loads and loads and loads of results for Trump. We're getting a few for Republican, but I'm not really seeing anything about GOP here. And in fact, the ones I am seeing about GOP aren't actually relevant. You can see here I've got GoPro, we've got Gopi, we've got Meme GOP, Gopal. None of these are actually relevant to our fan page. So that would indicate to me that that's not a good keyword to use. So I do highly recommend you do this and just spend a bit of time making sure you've got 3 really great keywords, all 3 keywords getting you great results. And obviously if you've got the pro version, you've got 6 keywords to play with, so you've got even more scope for finding great pages with that. But let's go back and let's change GOP to something else that might get us some more results. Now, what might that be? So I think maybe something, what would be a core belief, something that would be important to the fans who are going to visit my Trump fan page. Now, something that might be important to them might be guns. People who believe in the Second Amendment are, quite likely to be a Trump voter. So maybe instead of having GOP for Grand Old Party, Republican Party, if you're not American, you might not know that. But yeah, let's change this to guns instead. Oh, by the way, I've just realised I've got this still selected to my badass gun picks. I've also created a Donald Trump News fan page for this campaign, so I'll use that, and we'll use that instead. Okay, so I'm going to replace my GOP keyword with guns, and then I'm going to go and get the pictures again, and we're going to see if we get better results. Okay, so let's just order this by talking about again, and let's scroll down. And immediately we can start seeing some of our guns keywords are appearing in the top of the list here. Girls for gunslingers. I think this looks like it might indeed be a really good keyword to use. So yeah, I'm going to stick with that. So I think I've identified 3 really good keywords there that are giving me a really great set of results of pages to use. And honestly, guys, this is probably the best tip I can give you. And that's to just, spend a lot of time making sure you've got a really great set of pages to engage with. The whole quality of your campaign, the whole success of your campaign is going to live or die on the quality of the pages you choose to engage with. If you can find lots of really active, lots of really active pages with loads of great engagement, you will have success. So the next stage obviously is to now go on and choose at least 50 pages. Now we say at least 50 because that's what we at FanMarket judge to be a safe amount of pages to spread your commenting around so that you don't get accused of spamming. But honestly, try to choose as many as you can. If you can choose 100 or more, that's really, really good, and that'll give you even better results. Just basically choose as many as you can, as many active pages as you can. So if we scroll down here, let's go 3 or 4 pages in. See, as long as you've got over 1,000 people talking about it, I would still say that it's worth hitting that page. Depending on your niche, if there's not quite as many active pages, you might even want to go into the hundreds, in which case I'd probably look at it on a case-by-case basis. So let's open this Guns for Everyone here. Let's assess it. If we go down, you see we're still getting 130 shares, lots of comments, lots of reactions. I would still consider this one probably worth hitting. So yeah, engage with as many pages as you can. If you can, try and get 100. And if you can't find 100 different great pages to engage with, maybe play around with your keywords a bit until you can find them. But yes, I can't emphasize enough how important it is getting your keywords right, and more importantly that, getting a big set of really great pages to engage with. Okay guys, so now that we found some great pages to engage with, the next thing I want to talk about briefly is setting up your page to be as appealing as possible for prospective fans. So that's how I set up this this page here that I'm going to use to talk you through this campaign. So number one, when you're setting up your page, the most important thing is the name of the page. So you got to think of your comments, your FanMarketer comments, as kind of like an ad for your page. So you got to have a name of your page that's going to entice people. So if I'm posting comments on all these different pages related to guns and related to Trump and related to the Republican Party, I want the name of my page to appeal to the type of people who are going to be posting on these pages. And I think often a simple way to do it is just to say to do a news page. So Donald Trump News. Anyone who's kind of interested in Donald Trump, might potentially click on that page and see what it's all about. Again, have a image to match. So have the image clearly demonstrate what the page is about. So I'm sure some of you might be tempted to go and have like a branded logo for your page, and maybe just have the brand name as the page name. And yeah, you can do that, but it's just not going to get as good results as something that says what the page is, that identifies the page, and that attracts potential fans. So, yeah, have a long and hard think about what you're going to call your page, because that's really important. You want the name of your page to attract potential fans, because the name of your page is going to appear in all your comments. The same thing with your page image here. And also, I just spend a bit of time finding a good banner image here. Create your description for your page. Doing all these things, what you're wanting to do is make your prospective fans feel welcome, and to, at all stages, make them feel like this is a page they agree with, this is a page they want to hear more from. So even if you hate Donald Trump, but you can't let your personal prejudices get in the way, you have to put yourself in the shoes of your potential fans. You have to think like them. What do they want to see? And if you can give them that, then you'll get results. Okay, so something I'm now going to talk about is content. Now, obviously with FanMarketer, we've got loads and loads and loads of different options here for getting great content. We've got the viral content option, we've got feeds, we've got videos. If you've got your pro version access, we've also got images. So there's loads and loads of different ways to automate your content. But tip I'm going to give you is that, especially when you first start the page, and especially when you're just starting to build your fans from zero, because guys, that's the hardest thing to do. To build your fans from zero to get up to a few hundred fans is the hardest thing, because once you've got a few hundred active fans that are actually liking and resharing your content for you, everything becomes a lot easier. So really, you want to put the time and effort into that first few months of having your page. Once you've put that time and effort in, you can kind of run this thing. That's when you can really make use of the automation features and just run it completely hands off. But when I first set up a brand new page, something I like to do is I like to take personal control of the content. So rather than relying on these, I like to create all the posts myself, to make sure that they're as engaging, as appealing, as humanly possible for my new fans. So how do I do that? So what I usually do is I just put in Donald, whatever the keyword is for my niche, Donald Trump into Google, go to news, and then I just go through these results here and open up something that I find might be really interesting to my potential fans. So here's something that might be really interesting, and then I just copy that, and then if we go back for my Donald Trump site, which was, lost it here, sorry about this. Yeah, I've got a lot of pages. Here we go, Donald Trump site, and I'm just going to post that link here, and I'm going to remove the link, and I'm going to put I'm going to put in an attractive title. So I'm going to put Donald Trump in Pope Shocker. Then I'm going to write a question. So I'm going to get something that there's not only attracts people to click on it, but makes people want to engage and respond. So I'm going to write a message to my fans saying, how do you think the Pope should treat the president? So if I was to post this, not only am I posting an interesting link, I'm also, got a bit of a clickbait title here, and I'm asking for some engagement from my fans. And this is a great type of post to write, especially early on when you're wanting to boost that engagement. You can even take this thing further. You could put something like this post if you think the Pope should be more respectful. I mean, if you are a Donald Trump supporter, perhaps it's quite likely that you think that the Pope should be more respectful. So let's go and publish this post. So, particularly when I'm first starting the page, the way the Facebook algorithm works is you get post reach. That's how many post reach, if you don't know, is how many people, how many of your fans Facebook chooses to show the post to. And early on, you want to try and get as big post reach as possible. And they calculate post reach by the engagement you're getting with your previous posts. So when you first start setting up your page, if you create your own post like this and put some questions in and ask people to like it, ask people to engage with your message, then you're probably going to get a far greater post reach early on, and that's really, really going to help you build your fans faster. So I recommend, if you want to get ultimate results here, create 2 or 3 posts every day for the first few weeks and do your own content yourself. Just do it in this way. It's really simple. You can, like I say, you just go into Google News, find some recent story about your niche, post a link, ask for some engagement on it in the title. And just do that 2 or 3 times every day for the first few weeks, and you should get really, really great results and really great post reach. Of course, once you've built your fans, you've got a few hundred fans and they're engaging with you, at that point, feel free to move to full automation, and it should work great. Of course, one thing I will say is, yes, if you want to, absolutely, you can use full automation from day one, and you will still get results. I'm just saying, if you want absolute optimum results and you're willing to put a bit more time in, creating your own posts like this, designing your own posts to attract fans and to get fans to engage with them, that's what's going to give you results. Okay guys, so just one final thing I want to touch on is monetization. Now, I know probably a lot of you have been thinking that, okay, it's great that I've shown you how to find a good niche, but how can you monetize niche? Maybe you could find something that's popular, but there would be no obvious monetization there. Well, I just want to tell you that you can monetize anything. It's way, way, way more important to find a niche that you can grow quickly, that you can get fans really quickly for, and that you can get engagement with, rather than to find one that you think you can monetize. Once you've got the fans, if you've got tens of thousands of fans on your fan page, let me tell you, you can always find a way to monetize that. So that could be, you could just create a website that you could link to your page and you could start running ads there. Something I often like to use is, you've probably heard about it, but the t-shirts, Teespring. So with Teespring, you can create your own t-shirts for anything. And, it's really simple to monetize any niche with Teespring. So you just create a t-shirt, and maybe if I've got, several thousand Donald Trump fans, and then I create a t-shirt with a Donald Trump image on, and with one of his famous slogans or quotes, I'm going to sell a few of those. And if I've got tens of thousands of fans, if I only sell to, 0.1% of my fans, that's going to make me some good income. If I've got several fan pages like that, say if I've got 10, 20 fan pages with tens of thousands of fans, and I run Teespring campaigns on all of them, even with very, very small conversions, even with just a tiny fraction of my fans buying it, that's going to give me a considerable income every single day. So, don't worry about monetization. Worry about growing your fans, and worry about getting as many fans as possible, because once you've got that, monetization is easy. One other thing I would say is, don't get greedy and try to do this too fast. Don't try to monetize right now. So I've just created this fan page here, and it's, if I start running ads on this, if I start running promotions for affiliate products, if I start running affiliate promotions for my Teespring t-shirt, that's not something that people are going to want to follow. So what I would, if if I was to continue running this page, what I would do is I'd probably run this for weeks with no monetization whatsoever. And I would keep on running it, keep on creating good content, keep on getting those fans, and just keep on doing it and doing it and doing it until I've got tens of thousands of fans. At that point, I would only need to run maybe one monetization method a day. So maybe just one Teespring ad a day on my fan page, and that would be enough. So yeah, focus on getting your fans and building your fans. And once you've got that, then you start to think about monetization. If you start trying to make money from your fan page too early, it's going to put people off and you're not going to get those fans. It's so hard to build your fans from 0 up to thousands. So just, yeah, if you start trying to monetize it while you're doing it, that's just going to put people off and it's just going to make your life so much harder. So really think about this and put yourself in a position where you're going to grow several fan pages to tens of thousands of fans. Once you're in that position, you'll be shocked at how easy monetization is. Okay, and one other thing I just want to quickly finish off on before we close this video is how important it is to change things up every now and again. So you'll notice when you've been growing a fan page for a while that the amount of likes that you're generating will kind of plateau. So you'll grow and grow and grow likes, and then they'll sort of slow down, and eventually they'll, you'll not be getting the likes through that you used to. At that point, you might want to really think about changing things up. So have a look go back to your pages list, maybe choose some new keywords, choose some all new pages to engage with. If you think you've been commenting on the same fan pages for maybe months or maybe for weeks and weeks and weeks, then perhaps there's just not that many new fans on there that you can actually get. So maybe think about changing up your keywords. Like I mentioned before, it doesn't necessarily have to be strictly related to your page. So guns isn't strictly related to Trump, but it's a similar sort of thing. It's people who are interested in Trump are probably going to be interested in guns. So think about, if you hit a plateau, think about changing up your keywords, think about changing up which pages you engage with. Another thing you can do is change up your comments. So I haven't set any up on this campaign as of yet, but yeah, think about deleting your current ones, or maybe adding some more to your comments, or adding some more syntax in there, just whatever. Change your comments up, change your replies up, so that if you're hitting brand new pages with brand new comments, that's probably going to get you a bunch more likes in. So yeah, that's just a really important thing to consider. If you do hit any plateaus, really consider going back in and changing things up. Okay guys, I hope you found this strategy video valuable. And if you do have any questions, just please don't hesitate to contact us at support.